Freddy Fazbear. You are working the night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Everything seems normal until you check the cameras and notice the giant bear on stage is no longer there. That is Freddy Fazbear. He is the mascot of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a huge brown animatronic bear with a black top hat, bow tie, blue eyes, and a smile that is supposed to make kids feel welcome. But he is not just a mascot. After a child named Gabriel was murdered, his spirit became trapped inside Freddy. During the day, he acts like the friendly face of the restaurant. Once night falls, he starts hunting anyone he mistakes for his killer. He is smart, patient, and always seems to be one step ahead. He lets the other animatronics move first, while he watches from the shadows. He tracks people through the cameras, laughs as he gets closer, and waits for the perfect moment to strike. And if the power goes out, he does not attack right away. He plays his music in the darkness, almost like he is enjoying the fear, before finally making his move. That is why he became the face of Five Nights at Freddy's, because you never know exactly where he is until it is already too late. Foxy. At Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, there is one mistake that gets people killed faster than anything else: realizing where Foxy is a second too late. That is Foxy. He is an old pirate fox animatronic with torn red fur, glowing yellow eyes, a hook for a hand, and so many exposed metal parts that he looks like he should have been retired years ago. Inside him is the spirit of a murdered child named Fritz. Most of the night, he stays hidden behind the curtain in Pirate Cove. As the hours pass, he slowly starts coming out, showing more and more of himself every time you check the cameras. Eventually, the curtain is wide open. Foxy is gone. A second later, he is sprinting down the hallway toward your office faster than any other animatronic in the building. If the door is closed, he will slam into it and retreat. If it is not, Foxy bursts into the office, attacks the night guard, and stuffs them inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. And trust me, getting chased by a giant pirate fox is bad. Getting turned into one of the mascots is worse. Circus Baby. A little girl was told to stay away from one specific animatronic. She ignored that warning. A few minutes later, she was gone. That is Circus Baby. She is a massive clown-like animatronic with bright green eyes, red pigtails, red cheeks, and a permanent smile that is supposed to make kids feel safe. In one hand, she carries a microphone, and hidden inside her body is an ice cream dispenser. But she was not built just to entertain children. She was secretly designed to lure kids when nobody else was around. One day, William Afton's daughter Elizabeth got too close while she was alone. A hidden claw inside Circus Baby's stomach suddenly grabbed her, killing her, and trapping her soul inside the animatronic. Years later, she seems different from the other animatronics. She guides Michael through the facility, speaks in a calm voice, and acts like she is trying to help him survive. In reality, she is manipulating him. Her plan is to combine with the other animatronics into Ennard, use Michael's body as a disguise, and finally escape the underground facility. So yeah, Circus Baby is basically the Eisen of Five Nights at Freddy's. By the time you realize you are part of her plan, the plan is already over. Chica. You hear loud banging coming from the kitchen. At first you think somebody is still in the restaurant. Then you remember the restaurant closed hours ago. That is Chica. She is a giant yellow chicken animatronic with an orange beak, a bib that says "Let's eat," and a cupcake she carries around wherever she goes. During the day, she is just another mascot entertaining kids at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But at night, she becomes something completely different. Years ago, a little girl named Susie was tricked and murdered by William Afton. After her death, her spirit became trapped inside the Chica suit. That is why she roams the restaurant after dark. She moves through the hallways, lurks around the kitchen, and hunts down anyone still inside the building. She is still searching for the person who took her life. The problem is, after all these years, she cannot tell who that person is anymore. So every night guard ends up becoming a target. So yeah, getting chased by a giant chicken sounds ridiculous, right up until it starts moving toward you. Bonnie the Rabbit. The restaurant has been closed for hours, but somehow you can still hear a guitar playing from somewhere in the dark. That is Bonnie the Rabbit. He's a tall blue animatronic rabbit with long ears, red eyes, a red bow tie, and a guitar. During the day, he performs on stage with Freddy and the rest of the band, looking like a normal mascot built to entertain kids. But after the restaurant closes, Bonnie starts moving around the building on his own. According to the lore, a murdered child named Jeremy is trapped inside the suit. That is why he is usually the first animatronic to leave the stage and begin roaming through the halls. You will spot him standing in dark rooms, appearing in places he should not be, and slowly making his way toward the security office. And if you check the cameras and Bonnie is not on stage anymore, do not waste time looking for him. He is already somewhere inside the pizzeria. Nightmare. You have been hearing footsteps all night. Every time you check the hallway, there's nothing there. Then suddenly, a loud laugh echoes through the room. That is Nightmare. He looks like a twisted black version of Fredbear. He has glowing eyes, massive claws, rows of razor-sharp teeth, and a shadowy body that looks so broken that parts of the metal underneath can be seen. He is believed to be connected to Shadow Freddy, but nobody knows exactly what he really is. Once Nightmare appears, he starts moving all around the room. One moment he is at the left door, the next he is at the right door, hiding in the closet, or sitting on the bed behind you. The only way to track him is by listening carefully to his footsteps and laughter. Miss a sound, check the wrong place, or react too late, and Nightmare attacks instantly. So if the footsteps suddenly stop, do not assume he is gone. He is probably standing a lot closer than you think. Golden Freddy. You look away for 5 seconds. 5. And somehow, there is already a giant yellow bear sitting in front of you. That is Golden Freddy. He looks like a golden version of Freddy Fazbear, with empty eyes, a tilted head, and a body slumped over like it has been sitting there for years. While checking the cameras, a poster can suddenly change into his face, sometimes accompanied by a child's laugh. If you see it and switch back to your office, Golden Freddy may already be waiting for you. The screen starts glitching. The words, "It's me," flash across the monitor, and he just sits there, staring at you. If you do not react fast enough, he attacks, and your game suddenly crashes. Many people believe he is connected to the spirit of a murdered child, which could explain why he acts more like a ghost than a machine. Honestly, Golden Freddy looks like a bear that forgot whether he is dead, haunted, or just unemployed. The puppet. The music has been playing for hours. Then suddenly, it goes quiet. That is the puppet. It is a tall, thin animatronic with a white mask, black hollow eyes, red cheeks, purple tear marks, and a long striped body. Most of the night, it stays inside the prize corner while a music box keeps it calm. Your job is to keep that music box playing. As it starts running out, warning signs begin appearing on your screen. First orange, then red. Ignore them for too long, and it starts climbing out of the box. If you catch it early enough, you might still have one last chance to stop it by winding the music box again. Miss that chance, and it is over. It leaves the prize corner and heads straight for your office. The Freddy mask will not work, the cameras will not help, and rewinding the music box will not matter anymore. The only sign it is coming is the sound of "Pop Goes the Weasel" echoing through the building. Once it reaches your office, it suddenly appears right in front of you, and your night ends instantly. So if the music suddenly stops, do not bother looking for the puppet. It is already looking for you. Springtrap. You are helping clear out an abandoned building that has been sealed for decades. Behind a hidden wall, workers find an old rabbit costume. Then they realize there is a body trapped inside it. That is Springtrap. He looks like a rotting green rabbit animatronic covered in tears, exposed wires, and pieces of a corpse still stuck inside the suit. Even after decades, it somehow remains standing. Before becoming Springtrap, he was William Afton, the killer behind the missing children incident. While hiding inside an old Spring Bonnie suit, the suit malfunctioned and trapped him inside. 30 years later, workers found the suit and brought it to Fazbear's Fright, a horror attraction built around Freddy Fazbear's dark history. At night, he wanders the building on his own. He follows sounds, watches people from dark corners, and slowly makes his way toward anyone trapped inside with him. When Fazbear's Fright eventually burned down, everyone thought he was finally gone. The problem is, he survived the fire. Apparently, being dead was not enough to stop this guy, so fire decided not to bother either. The Mimic. It is a 7-foot-tall animatronic with a burnt metal body, glowing eyes, exposed wires, and razor-sharp claws. But it does not just copy voices, it studies people. It learns who they trust, what they care about, and then uses that against them. After getting trapped beneath the Pizzaplex, it copied Gregory's voice and convinced Cassie to free it. Thinking she was rescuing her friend, Cassie disabled the security systems keeping it locked away. When she finally reached the source of the voice, she discovered the truth. Gregory was never there. The thing talking to her the entire time was the mimic. The moment it was free, it stopped pretending and started chasing her through the tunnels. If it catches its victims, it attacks with its razor-sharp claws and overwhelming strength, tearing them apart without hesitation. So, if a familiar voice suddenly starts guiding you through the dark, make sure it is actually your friend, because the mimic only sounds human until it is close enough to stop talking.